Hello, everyone, and welcome into Wesco 3A football playoffs, the Week 10 playoffs here on the Sound Live Sports Network. Always great to be part of the playoff action up here in the booth. Scott Brudevold, Keith Neely, bringing you Lakes against Edmonds Woodway. Number 3 seeds out of both the North District 1 and the 3 seed out of the District 3. And they lock horns here at Edmonds District Stadium. Two teams kind of different stories. Edmonds Woodway had lost their first 2 games, struggled to get through, and then ran the table. I mean, really, they came unglued through the middle of the season and ended up losing a tough one to Meadowdale, but a really good team. They earned the right to host tonight.
Yeah, and you know, the one loss that Edmonds Woodway had that was real bad was to Woodville, who's number 3 in state in 4A. So, in retrospect, you're wondering, is that such a bad loss? I mean, they played a really good team. And that kind of was a wake-up call for them. Got him going and kind of got him in the right direction.
Lakes, on the other hand, kind of struggled this year after going all the way to the semifinals last year in the state playoffs. Got upended by Eastside Catholic, a tough row to have to go through, but they ended up getting all the way in. And you look at their resume here, their 5-2 record out of the 8-team PCL, and that's actually the number 3 berth out of the District 3. Their last trip, we mentioned it, 2015, only a year ago, they lost to Eastside Catholic, that 49-21 score in the semifinals, and they've won this year 4 of their last 5 games, the upending the Bonnie Lake team. That's not a shabby ball club.
No, they're one of the top 4A teams in the state, and they are got a great coach. He's been around, Dave Miller. He's been around for years, and they're going to bring it tonight. This is going to be a heck of a ball game.
You look at Edmond Woodway, the resume there, 6-1 record from the 8-team Wesco. That's the South Division. Of course, you combine them to make that number 3 berth out of the District 1. And their last trip back in 2011, the loss to Bellarmine Prep, 42-7 in the first round in the Tacoma Dome, the last time that the Warriors set foot on the artificial turf down south. And, of course, their key wins, a couple of the big ones there, Snohomish, Linwood, and Everett. Snohomish beating Meadowdale last weekend in a bit of a surprise. We'll take a quick break on the Sound Live Sports Network. Bring back the kickoff, coming straight at you right around the corner.
High school football on the Sound Live Sports Network, presented by My Neighborhood News Network, South Snohomish County's online gathering place. Visit My Edmonds News, MLT News, and LinwoodToday.com for news, sports, and events about your community, and see what your neighbors are talking about. We are proud to have as our pregame sponsor Edmonds Community College, where students and community are part of all they do. Edmonds Community College is committed to helping our diverse body of students access educational and career opportunities in a supportive environment that encourages success, innovation, service, and lifelong learning. To learn more, visit us at edcc.edu/programs.
Welcome back on the Sound Live Sports Network on a beautiful night here under the lights at Edmonds District Stadium. Only one game at the District Stadium tonight. Usually a doubleheader, but playoff football will split them between tonight and tomorrow. Meadowdale will play right here at home tomorrow night against Lakeside. Out of the Metro League, Edmonds Woodway will kick to start this thing off. And have a pretty good defense to work with. That may be one of the reasons they deferred to the second half. The deep men on the kickoff are Mick Johnson and Melvin Miller, wearing number 4 and number 1. Miller we'll get to in a minute as the guy that gets most of the handoffs for this Lakes team. And those are your deep guys for the Lancers. As we get ready, the band is cooking off to our right and only awaiting the officials to make sure they have their crew all together. Referee Phil Christensen will get the final word that everybody's ready to go, including the timekeepers up here in the booth. A bit of a chill in the air as the kick goes into the end zone. This will be a touchback, and Lakes will bring it out on the 20.
Well, that's going to be an advantage for the Warriors right there, because the Lakes return man are awful quick, and so they're going to have to start on their own 20-yard line.
Starting quarterback for the Lancers 85-pounder. And we'll get to the starting lineup for the Lancers here in just a moment as we get set to get the first snap underway. Well, let's go ahead and do it right now. The guys up front, Xavier Banner, Jackai Cavanes, Kenneth Wheeler, Matthew Gotel, and Hector Jasso. That's the front five for the Lakes. Of course, we mentioned Cody Rowe. He's got Melvin Miller behind him. Miller is a senior, 5'11", 190-pound running back. And out on the wings doing the catching, Kyle Lindsay will be your tight end. Dadrian Milligan, your wide receiver. Zarian Hill, your wide receiver. And John Wrighton will also run deep. And there's the run right up the middle. That one stopped well short as Miller takes it about 2 yards for a loss.
Abdul Jati made a beautiful play. Came from his strong, well, he's playing outside linebacker tonight. He came from his outside linebacker spot, came in and made a nice tackle.
Jata has spent some time out at defensive back, is now playing that right-hand side on the linebacker spot. Now back to pass. It is caught over about the 20-yard line. It'll be about a six-yard pickup. The catch is Wrighton, 6'1", 175-pound senior. Getting quickly out into that flat, makes an easy catch. It brings up third down, however, for Lakes.
Yeah, Zion Watson was on the coverage there, number 32 for the Warriors, and he was all over. As soon as that Lakes man caught the ball, he made a nice tackle.
Just underway here, first quarter on the Sound Live Sports Network, 11:23. Showing on the clock is Rowe in the shotgun formation now. Has got 4 wideouts. Now the pass is almost picked off.
That was Watson.
That was stepped right in front, and that would have been 6 had Watson held on to it, and that brings up fourth down. Rowe, an ill-advised toss, almost going the other direction.
He was eyeballing that receiver the whole way, and Watson saw it and stepped right in front. Just dropped it. If he catches that ball, like you said, he's in the end zone.
Cale Lindsay doing the punting, the normal tight end for the Lancers. The deep man, Noah Becker, for the Warriors. On fourth down, Edmonds Woodway did well to defer there. And they get the first stop of this ball game. There's a low kick, and it's right into the breadbasket of Becker, who is stopped immediately. A 3-yard return, but nothing more. And Edmonds Woodway will take over.
But, you know, as you said, Keith, the Warriors deferred, made a beautiful 3-and-out stop, and now they get the ball on the 45-yard line. So, you know, that's a great starting position for the Warriors, and their defense really did good in that first drive.
Starting quarterback, Cameron Krall, 5'10", 145-pound senior, threw 5 touchdown passes a week ago against Everett, has really come into his own.
He's really improved this year.
And now we've got our first penalty marker on the field.
It's got to be a false start on the Warriors.
Snap. Dead ball, false start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Not exactly what head coach John Gradwell was out for when he started this drive and had good field position and you're going the other direction.
Yeah, you know, you start on your own 46 and you like to get something positive on the first play of the game. But now you got first and 15, and so it's quite a difference on your play calls.
Krall now has 2 in the backfield behind him in the I formation. Will take a little bit of a break and walk over to see what he can get information-wise out of Coach John Gradwell. Timeout on the field. Edmonds Woodway are already burning one. We're going to keep it right here on the Sound Live Sports Network and rattle off some of the starting lineups so you get adjusted. On the offense for Edmonds Woodway, your left guard is Cameron Vogel. Left tackle Hugh Wilson. Center is Max Tan. Ian Whalen, the right tackle. And right guard Tyler McClendon. And, of course, fullback Henry Tillman in that I formation sets up the front of the I. And then a guy who has, and you say it a lot, Scott, very active feet in the backfield, wearing number 13, Capascio Cherry.
And I expect we're going to see a lot of Cherry tonight. I think they're going to run the ball a lot. Tillman's got to get out and lay some good blocks for him in front, which he does do normally. And like I said, Cherry's feet are as good as any feet in the Westco League this year. He can really move.
Cherry only a sophomore, 5'10", 175 pounds. And then you've got split end Aaron Richardson, tight end Jarrow Rouse, and the flanker is Jalen Nash wearing number 24, and that's who you see on this near side over here. Back to pass. And looking deep, trying to go the home run ball is the Rouse, and it's caught at the inside the 15-yard line.
It's good. It's good, too.
A big play on the second, actually the first from scrimmage after a timeout. And you wonder if both Kroll and Gradwell were talking that one up in the timeout.
Well, what happened was Cody Rowe, who's their quarterback's playing corner over there, and he slipped and fell. And when he fell, the Warrior receiver was wide open, and Kroll hit him with a nice pass.
Rouse only had to catch the football, and he did so and puts Edmonds Woodway inside the Lakes red zone on their first drive. Kroll now turns around, talks to his backfield. 3 wide receivers set, 4-3 defense, and Cherry will take it into the pile straight ahead, picks up 2 on the play.
That was just your basic up the middle, and he went right between his guard and tackle and tried to get a few extra, get what he can get a little push. Picked up a couple.
In the defense, defensive end Xavier Banner. The nose tackle is Matthew Gotel. Kiros Hunter at defensive tackle. Also your linebackers, Jakai Cavness, Cale Lindsay. You got a couple other guys back there, Dan Hudson and Manny Barrero-Lewis. And there's a run around the left side. Capaccio Cherry again picking up yardage.
And right there we saw a great example of Cherry's foot speed. He just kind of glides out to the left side, saw a little gap, and just took it right up there and picked up an extra couple yards. He's always got his head on a swivel looking for that open hole.
That will bring up 3rd down and 5 yards to go. We'll get to the remainder of the defense starters here in just a moment as Kroll goes under center. Rouse now, no tight end, will drift out left-hand side. Here's the Cherry handoff, bounces it outside to the left. Does he get enough for the first down? Yes, he does, and then some. Down to the 2-yard line goes Cherry on the pickup of extra downs.
Beautiful push on the left side of the line for the Warriors. The guard and tackle really opened up a nice hole for Cherry, and he picked up the first down.
Lakes rounding out their defensive backs, Alex Dangtu, Che Rogers, the cornerbacks, Cody Rowe, the strong safety, and Daytona Comoza, the free safety, and a first down on goal to go on the 2. Kroll taking his time, making sure everybody's set. 2 tight ends on the set. And there's the Cherry handoff straight into the pile. Did he get across the end line? And a penalty flag goes down. They say he is short.
Yeah, I think his knee hit about the 2-yard line.
And we'll get an indication now of what this penalty is.
Tackle for Lake.
They say a holding call against Edmonds Woodway, and that has to sting a bit.
Yeah, that's your second penalty. And, when the Warriors lost a couple games early in the season, these penalties were killing them. And you just went from 1st and goal. Now you're 1st and about 12.
That remains first down. So that will back things up to the 11. So instead of 1st and goal in the 2, you're now 1st and goal from the 11-yard line. Nash on the near sideline. He is your only wideout. They'll go back to the 2 tight end set. Lake stacking the box. Bootleg. Out goes Kroll. Looking deep. Has a man over the middle. Almost caught. Tillman had it in his hands and couldn't pull it in.
Yeah, that ball's got to be caught. That's a tough break because he was wide open in the flat. He catches that ball. He's walking in the end zone.
A bit of busted coverage in the defensive secondary for the Lakes Lancers. Could not pick up a man. That's where you want to make sure that drag route's well covered.
Yeah, that was a great play call by the Warriors offensive staff because they saw that something there, and Henry just got out in the open and they didn't catch it. Another down, 2nd and 11.
4-3 defense for Lakes. They'll hand the ball off to Cherry. He's going to try to outrun everybody around the end. Picks up 1 block. That helps him out almost to the end line. Not quite. He'll get past the original line of scrimmage and add 1. A 10-yard pickup for Cherry. Will put the ball at the 1.
And that's what I'm talking about, Cherry's feet. He was rolling hard to the right. and he saw that little gap to the left, and he's got the ability to just switch and hit the hole and it go inside. It's a beautiful job. Really nice piece of running there.
3rd and goal from the 1. Nash once again scoots out to the left-hand side of the formation as the solo receiver. Krall will call the snap, and now here goes Cherry into the end zone. That'll be a touchdown, Warriors! Capaccio Cherry with a 1-yard dive gets E-Dub on the board.
Nice run. Left guard, left tackle, opened the hole there, and Cherry took it in.
It turns out to be a 55-yard drive on 7 plays. And now Jackson Carr in for the PAT attempt. Was 4 of 5 last week. And now we've got a jump on the defensive line.
Encroachment on the defense. Penalty is refused. We'll attempt the try for point.
Yeah, I figured the Warriors would refuse that because you gain no advantage. The ball's halfway to the goal where he's comfortable kicking from the 10-yard line. Let him have it.
Sophomore Kalil Lewis with the infraction for Lakes, and now Carr will take another stab at it. There's the kick. The hold is good. The snap and everything. It's a machine, and it is 7-0 Edmonds Woodway on top with 8:49 to go. We've got a drive apiece in the books. We'll come back on the Sound Live Sports Network.
We are proud to have as our pregame sponsor Edmonds Community College, where students and community are at the heart of all they do. Edmonds Community College is committed to helping our diverse body of students access educational and career opportunities in a supportive environment that encourages success, innovation, service, and lifelong learning. To learn more, visit us at edcc.edu/programs.
Edmonds Woodway getting the home crowd into it on their first drive of the ball game. 55 yards, 7 plays, and a touchdown from their star running back, the sophomore Capaccio Cherry. Now the long kick by Carr, and it is taken in at the 5-yard line. And the Gunners coming down there picking up the big man. I believe that is Miller, the running back, that took the ball in. Nope. Scratch that. That was Johnson, Mick Johnson, the junior, 5'10", 175 yards with about a 20-yard return. Will set Lakes up on their own 23.
Costa Cooper made the tackle on that, came down from his spot and drilled him.
Costa has been playing very, very good football as of late.
He's really been doing well. He's really been playing good.
So once again, Cody Rowe will step up into that shotgun formation, puts 4 wide receivers, splitting them between them, and there is the handoff, and quickly into the backfield comes the Warriors. That was a stop by Tyler McAtee, the 5'11", 185-pound junior, stepping up between the center and tackle and dragging down the big ball carrier Miller.
Yeah, and he comes in, he's playing right tackle tonight. And he went in there and just clogged that hole and made a beautiful tackle.
After the loss of 1, it'll be 2nd down and 11. 8 minutes and change on the clock. Bit misty out, not quite to the point of rain, but it is cold and it could be a bit damp tonight, overthrowing the intended receiver. That was on the way for Lindsay, the tight end, and it well overthrown by the junior quarterback.
And he was open. I mean, if he throws a dart and he hits him, there's big yardage there for Lakes, but he overthrew him.
So for the second time in as many drives, Lakes will find themselves 3rd and long. It's just under a minute, 8 minutes to play. Now Rowe steps once, now gets that shotgun snap. He'll have to step up into the pocket, and he's going to take it himself, but he has some trouble doing it. Finally drugged down. And once again, on the play, Tyler McAtee will get credited for the stop.
and Costa Cooper helped them too. They were both there. And, right now for Lakes, there's nothing going on for offense. They have nothing. Right now the Warriors got them stalemated.
Lindsay with the punt formation now. He'll do the punter. Once again, Noah Becker, your deep man for the Warriors. The punt is off and away and letting it bounce and getting a bit near it. Finally giving up on things. Becker will watch it roll to the 38-yard line.
That was a smart play by Becker because if he picks that thing up, he's going to get drilled and he could fumble. And the 38-yard line's awesome field position, so you might as well just get away from it and let it die and bring your offense on the field.
2 potentially damaging penalties on the first drive for Edmonds Woodway, and Edmonds Woodway has had trouble in that category this season, Scott.
Yeah, they make penalties sometimes, unforced penalties too, and but they got away with it this time.
Rouse, the receiver, on the far side. Nash and Richardson on the near side. Cherry will take the handoff up the middle. Now that's the dive by Tillman.
That was Tillman, yeah. And you know what? That's more of a play of just keeping Lakes honest. I mean, they got 4 off it. Henry 4 yards, hard running, but they just want to let Lakes know that, hey, we're not afraid to go up the middle.
Back to pass. Now the throw, the bubble screen. Looked like it skipped off the turf. We'll see what the ruling is. There's no whistle, and across the 50-yard line goes Nash. And he had to go down to get that. Now he doesn't have to go down that far. Nash 5'6".
That was still a heck of a catch because I thought it was on the ground too, and he scooped it up, and a big first down for the Warriors.
Brings the ball near midfield at the 47-yard line of Lakes. So over the top into the enemy territory once again goes the green-clad Warriors of Edmonds Woodway into the I formation. And a couple of people look like they jumped to me, Scott, but they'll hand the ball off this time to Cherry straight ahead for 2. And I think the hard count almost got both squads.
Yeah, it looked like to me a couple of the Warriors flinched, definitely, but the refs didn't call it. And like you said, that was a hard 2 yards up for Cherry. I mean, he went right up the middle. And they keep pounding the ball the way the Lakes defense is playing. That's going to open up for them.
Nash and Richardson set up camp on the far side. You've got Rouse, the normal tight end, down there playing split end now. And then a screen play will go over the top. And a very lucky break for Edmonds Woodway, as it looked like Barrero Lewis was coming down to, had he had his head up, he might have picked that one off.
And, their middle linebacker blitzed on that. It came untouched right up the middle and hit Kroll right as he was throwing it. And he saw him, so that's why he rushed the throw and threw it a little bit high.
3rd down and 7 now.
And maybe that's what Lakes is going to have to do, is put some extra pressure and blitz some guys to get to the Warriors. And so we're going to have to look for that, see how they run their defense.
Same formation. And now the 4-3 defense. They won't show blitz. Now they're showing blitz. Lake's going to bring 5. There's the play action fake picked up nicely over the middle to Rouse, no doing. That one sails clear by 10 yards. Great double coverage on that play. Nobody from Lakes was fooled a bit.
No, and he overthrew him, really overthrew him. And then Coach Gredwell met him as he came off the field and was talking to him and kind of had his hands up in the air like, what was that?
Aaron Richardson will go on to punt for Edmonds Woodway with Rogers, the deep man for Lakes. He's setting up camp about the 10-yard line. There's the snap, the Richardson punt, a high arcer, a nice one, will bounce at about the 6-yard line.
Beautiful kick by Richardson, beautiful kick.
They will mark it down at the Lake 6. So Edmonds Woodway, a beneficiary of some very nice field position.
Yeah.
Lakes has struggled.
Yeah, and Lakes has been on their side of the field most of the game, and the Warriors have been between the 30 and up the whole game. So advantage Warriors right now on field position.
Cody Rowe will come in with a no huddle, getting the first assignment from the sideline. And now they'll split the running backs with both Miller and Johnson in the backfield. And they'll run the thing around in. Johnson will pick it up. That's brought down by Ali Gay and Salihu Fadi. Fadi with the initial stop, and then it took number 88. Gay just came screaming in. He's a big boy to has to mess with. 6'5", 240.
And he hit Fadi, too, and Fadi got up, and he was a little shaky. That big guy cracked him, so hopefully he's okay.
That's one of those own men you don't want to have,
No, not at all.
have hitting you from the backside. After a 3-yard gain, brings up 2nd down and 7. Now the play action fake. And the keeper by Rowe will get positive yardage. Say 3 yards will bring up 2nd down. Or excuse me, rather 3rd down and 4.
You can see Lakes is kind of hunting for stuff. They're trying to find what works, you know. They passed the ball a couple times, they missed. Now they went to the outside on the run play down at times as quarterback keeper. They're just trying to find if there's any holes in the Warriors defense. And
Something soft.
Yeah, they're looking for something.
And now hand the ball off once again, but right into the pile and driven back. And Johnson didn't have a chance.
They found nothing that time. They found nothing. And because of that great pump by Richardson, now Lakes has to kick the ball. They're going to have to kick it from their 3, and the Warriors are going to have great field position again.
Yardage by attrition.
Yeah.
4:20 on the first quarter game clock. Brings up 4th and 6, and we've seen this cast of characters before. As the punt is away, almost looked like it was blocked. And I don't know if it was just having to rush the punt or if it was actually a hand-on.
I think that he saw him come in, the Warriors, and he rushed his kick. And it looks like the Warriors are going to get the ball on their own 29-yard line.
Lindsay would like that one back.
Yeah, and see, so like I said, Richardson's kick put them down on the 6. Warriors played great 3-and-out defense. Lakes kicks. Now the Warriors get the ball first and 10 on the 29.
The 3rd time in as many drives that Edmonds Woodway has been inside Lakes territory, and this time handed to them nicely in gift wrap form.
It sure was, and they need to cash in.
And the Lakes now showing full house blitz as Crawl back to pass will go up over the top to Roos into the end zone. Almost! The ball was there. Roos just had to get underneath it.
That was a good pass. That was a good pass by Crawl. That ball should have been caught. And I think Roos would be the first one to tell you that, too. He beat his guy. He had his hands on the ball, and he dropped it.
Rogers on great pass coverage. Pretty much stride for Roos, but over the top it went. All he has to do is catch it. You can't fault the defense there.
No.
It was just a great pass. 2nd down and 10. Good time to take a strike downfield. Why not? Now the play action to Cherry, a bootleg and a wide one. This one trouble. Crawl all the way back to midfield. The looks. He'll have to give it up and finally catch it. A catch by Cherry will be a loss net of 5 yards. But Crawl showing some athleticism just to get out of the pickle.
Well, he definitely made something out of nothing. But when he started rolling back, he really rolled back. I mean, he was back 25 yards. Good thing he saw Cherry there, and he hit him. Good heads-up play there because he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage, but he got a lot closer than he was.
Well, you wonder if he shouldn't have just fired a bullet at his feet.
Yeah.
And brought up 2nd down and 10, rather 3rd down and 10 rather than 3rd and 16. So a loss of 6 after the scramble. 3 wide receivers, 3-4 defense now as Lakes drops back into pass coverage, trying to go the distance to Roos. Nothing there. Again, great coverage. Dangtu on the coverage for the Lakes. He's a junior, 6 foot, 165 pounds. So they've got some tall guys that can match up with Roos, who's 6'1", $175.
But like you said, that was about as good a coverage you're going to see a high school corner play. He was right on him. I mean, that pass wasn't as good as the first one that Crawl threw out there, and Richardson dropped, but that time I don't think he would have had a shot because the DB for Lakes was right on him.
Only 8 on the play clock. They may have to rush to get this one off. 4, 3, 2, 1. They just do. Here's play action once again. Stepping up as Crawl has a man open deep. Nash is into the end zone. Dropped. Another very nice ball. And Nash can't come up with it on 4th down. It'll turn over.
Boy, that was pretty close to a little pass interference. I kind of thought it was from up here, but we're a ways away from the field. The refs are right there. But it looked like to me Nash kind of got pulled down before he got his hands up. But he had the man beat.
After the turnover on downs, Lakes gets their best field position of the night on their own 34.
So Lakes, if they're going to get something going, now's the time. They got to start showing that their offense can move the ball.
They do have a lot of different formations as they hand the ball off to Miller. Miller goes around the right end, kind of a makeshift student body right.
That was almost like the old USC. Pitch the ball, run around the end. Yeah, student body right. It's a great call.
2nd down and 7 after the pitch. Miller, a hard runner.
Yeah,
he runs very upright.
And he's got good speed. So if he can get through that first and second layer, he's probably going to be gone.
Rowe now in shotgun, steps back, has a man open over the middle and dropped. And a penalty flag will come out. The pass was well in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Hill. But I think you're going to get a defenseless receiver.
I think they're going to get him out with a shot to the head, too. I mean, I don't think he hit him in the head, but I think that's what the referees, because he had no idea what was coming.
Hill may be thinking about Thursday right now.
Yeah, that was a hard hit.
And we'll see what the referee, Christensen, says here after they get things settled.
Personal foul, targeting against the defense. 15-yard penalty results in a first down.
So a targeting call.
Yeah, and that's the biggest play of the game for Lakes, right there. And, I mean, that's the most yardage they've got on the play, and hopefully that doesn't bite the Warriors. That's a tough call because I don't think he was trying to do that. He was just trying to jar the ball loose, but the man didn't catch it, and there's a gray area there. I mean, there really is.
The largest play of the game, you mentioned 5-yard pickup was the biggest before that. Now a swing out pass. It'll go past the midfield.
Looks like we got a hold.
Miller. Penalty flag right at midfield.
Yeah. I think number 16 for Lakes, the receiver who came in, he's either a block in the back or a hold.
And the indication is a hold on the field, so you're all right. 10 yards will back things up past the midfield stripe. And again, Lakes has to dig themselves out of a hole.
Yeah, they just got the 15 for the targeting penalty, and now they're back 10. So now that they're going to be, first and 20? First and 22.
During the run, holding by the offense. Replay, first down.
2:17 on the game clock here at Edmonds District Stadium. Lakes and Edmonds Woodway, your Week 10 playoff participants here on the Sound Live Sports Network. First down and 22. They'll try the reverse. And it's picked up and dropped. An outstanding play by Lindemood. Anthony Lindemood, 6'2", 170 pounds. He plays that strong safety spot. And he was not fooled, although I think there were a lot of green guys down there that were.
Definitely, and we call that staying home. He stayed home, and he read that perfect. I tell you, when they first ran that reverse, I thought he was going because there was nobody for the Warriors was out there. And then Lindemood came out of nowhere and made a beautiful tackle.
Dangtu on the carry around in, the wide receiver, the junior, 6 foot, 165 pounds. No gain, 2nd down and 21. And now back to throw goes Rowe. And he'll just take it himself after nothing showed up for him on the radar. He'll pick up 4 after the slide.
Great coverage by the Warriors and the DBs. Had everybody snuffed out, and he had nothing, and he just had to take it and eat it.
Warrior defense has been on the field an awful lot here in this drive. As the game clock now under a minute to play. Edmonds Woodway on top after a 55-yard drive and a Capaccio Cherry 1-yard dive into the end zone. They got the early lead 7-0 here in this playoff game. Winner goes home tonight. They will not play again. And there is the keeper by Rowe once again. Gets up near the original line of scrimmage, just at midfield. And it'll bring up another long play, 4th and 12.
I believe that was a called quarterback draw. I mean, I think that's what they called, and he just didn't have nothing. And now they're going to have to punt again, which is, what, the third or fourth time they've punted this quarter.
This will be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Fourth punt this quarter.
So Lindsay back in to punt things away. Becker is standing on his 15. And that will mark the end of the first quarter of play. A quick one here under the lights at Edmonds District Stadium. Playoff football. And Edmonds Woodway strikes early. 7-0 over the Lakes Lancer. We'll come back with quarter number 2 in just a moment.
Clogged drain. Call Action Jackson for 24 hours service. Unclogging most internal drains for call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
One quarter in the books. The other Wesco teams that are in it from the South Division.
You got Meadowdale's playing Lakeside tomorrow night.
Meadowdale plays tomorrow. You got Linwood making it in for the first time since 1995. How about the Royals?
And who's Linwood playing?
I will tell you, as soon as this kick goes deep, Becker has to chase it down almost to the end line, escapes a tackle, still on his feet to the 10, and he's lucky he isn't in the end zone.
Well, Becker might have been smarter on that one to let it go, because you usually don't field the ball on the 1 yard line. He brought it back to the 11, but if he lets that go in the end zone, the Warriors get the ball on the 20.
Linwood playing Garfield tomorrow night at Memorial Stadium down near the Space Needle, 7 o'clock p.m. the start for that.
Garfield's got a pretty good squad this year, too.
Yeah, not too shabby. Snohomish has to go down and play O'Day.
That's going to be tough.
That's a little tougher ball game.
Yeah, I think I'd rather play Garfield.
Edmonds Woodway sets up camp going the other direction. They'll go from left to right in front of us, or excuse me, from right to left in front of us. The handoff. Cherry. You'll see a lot of that. 1 and 2 yards, but he'll break some.
Yeah, and if you keep pounding the way they're pounding on the inside, eventually he's gonna get his. He's gonna get a 15, 20 yarder, and we've seen him take it all the way to the house this year. He's a hard runner.
High formation. The pitch out this time goes to Cherry and right into the pocket of the linebacking core, and right there to make the stop. He's done it a few times. Lindsay is all over the field. Punts. He has your tight end, and he is one heck of a linebacker at 6'2", 235.
I've been really impressed with the speed of the Lakes linebackers. They just get to the ball real quick.
4 down linemen now on that 4-3 defense. Lindsay on the left-hand side as Crawl steps up under center. Surveys a bit, now back to pass. Trying to go the long way, has Nash, and off his fingertips about the 40-yard line. Again, great coverage on the play. That time, Milligan. 6 foot, 195 pounds, getting his shots at coverage.
Nash had a step on him. I mean, that was really close. And I could see where the Warriors are taking a shot. They had nothing to lose. I mean, if Nash catches that ball, he's probably gone.
So Edmonds Woodway will punt in their first possession of the second quarter, as Richardson is back to do the kicking. And that one goes off to the side of his foot, and Lakes will get some outstanding field position. This one rolls all the way back to the 15-yard line.
I think they're gonna down it at the 15. I think it's gonna be about a 6-yard punt, 5-yard punt.
Well, Lakes has a shot now.
Yeah, they got the field position.
So it's amazing how special teams can turn things around in a hurry. A couple of bad punts, and you are suddenly fighting uphill on defense if you're Edmonds Woodway. Lake says, thank you very much. We're going to take this. and see if we can't go down and score to tie this ball game up.
And I wonder what the refs are talking about, because I wonder if that's an illegal touch.
And we're not getting a ref mic.
Punt on the play, Fred.
So they're giving him the ball at the 17. So that's going to benefit the Warriors.
I'm not entirely sure what happened there. We're still getting the explanation.
They must have thought that somebody from the Warriors touched the ball on the 17 as it was rolling back, because that would make it a dead ball there.
It is first down for Lakes.
Well, regardless, Lakes can take advantage of a huge opportunity here. They'll hand the ball off. Miller picks up 2.
And this is the best field position all night Lakes has, and so that they start off by going right up the middle to Miller, and it'd be interesting to see what they run now, because they haven't completed a pass yet.
When your steps a little lighter, you feel a little better when you can see the end line only 17 yards.
Yeah.
Or 15 yards in this case, 15 yards from where you sit. Confidence goes way up. 4-3 defense for Edmonds Woodway. A Wildcat snap will go around the end of the 10 and out of bounds. The ball carrier, actually that is Rowe. And a penalty marker down. So Rowe on the keeper around right end. I think that was also designed. He wasted no time taking off to the right.
No, he definitely was carrying the ball. I think they're going to get Lakes with a hold.
They are. Lakes is backing the huddle up near the 25-yard line, well away from the ball. I think the anticipation is exactly that, Scott, that the infraction will put Lakes back in a hole again. And boy, playoff football, this is one thing you cannot afford to do from either side of the ball.
Oh, to take you out of the drive.
Holding on the offense. We're going to replay second down.
So now you go from 2nd and 7 to now it's going to be 2nd and a whole bunch. 17. So big difference.
Well, now you're outside the red zone.
Yeah, and Lakes hasn't, so far tonight, they haven't been able to complete a pass yet. So, it'd be interesting to see what they run here.
Solo back. That is Miller. Play action on the bootleg. Rowe goes out to his left. Has some daylight. Gets up 1 block. Still on his feet up near the line to gain. I think he got almost all of it back, if not an extra 3 or 4.
Nice run by Rowe.
And they'll say all the way up to the 9-yard line. So a pickup of, 14 yards?
14, yeah.
So that will be almost matches the best output from a single play that the Lakes has had. The Lancers knocking on the door, 9 yards away from pay dirt. And Rowe in the shotgun formation will hand the ball off. No play action, rolls out to his right under some heavy pursuit. Will take a hit, picks up the first down, and out of bounds at the 5. Just staying ahead of the defense on that play. Rowe taking off after the play action cost a couple of linebackers to bite.
So on this drive, all you've had is Miller and Rowe. That's all you got. I mean, Rowe's kept the ball the last 3 times. So if you're the Warriors, obviously they're kind of apprehensive on passing the ball. So do you put more guys up in the box to eliminate that run, or spread some guys on the outside so he doesn't get around the end?
Put the tight end on the right-hand side. They'll hand the ball off to the fullback on 1st and goal from the 4. Hudson with the carry, the senior, 6 foot, 195 pounds. Will pick up a couple and bring up 2nd down and 3. Make that 1-yard gain for the senior. 8:57 to go here in the half. First half of action, District 1 versus District 3 in the Week 10 playoffs. The winner goes on to state, at least the regional playoffs. The loser done for the season. There's the handoff once again, pushing the pile forward and into the end zone. Did he get there?
He got there.
Touchdown, Lakes.
So that punt really hurt the Warriors.
3 yards on the carry. And once again, Hudson with the carry on a straight-ahead dive into the end zone.
Yeah, there's nothing too fancy about it. You just gave the ball to the fullback and let him run behind the center. That's all they did. In a game like this, it's low scoring. The extra points are big.
So now the kicker, Liam Blatto, a sophomore, will try to tie this thing up at 7 apiece, and he'll do just that. We are knotted. At 8:35 here in the second quarter of play, Lakes gets on the board. 7-7 your score. We'll be back. Sound Live Sports Network. All tied at 7 apiece here as Lakes takes advantage of the short porch. Don't let anybody tell you that special teams does not matter.
Man, that hurt. Richardson had a beautiful punt, the punt before, and then that one off the side of his foot, and Lakes took advantage of it.
Now the deep man will pick it up at the 10-yard line, bust through. This is Rouse. He'll take it past the 40-yard line, skips a tackle, now past the midfield, and another big special teams play as Gerald Rouse goes 50 yards on the return.
Well, I tell you one thing, the Lakes kicker came down, and it's a good thing he's a kicker because he just threw an arm out there and Rouse ran right through it. Not much of an effort on the kicker's part to tackle him there.
So from the Lakes 45, E-Dub will set things up with their stereotypical I formation. Lakes showing blitz. They'll back things up. Now here is the deep throw as it's caught by the fullback Tillman, and that developed way late.
That play just looked slow from the start. It just took too much time, and Lakes snuffed it out. By the time Henry caught the ball, he was nailed.
Tillman on the reception, a loss of 5 will bring up 2nd and 15. Right at the 50-yard line.
I think the Warriors were expecting more pressure by the Lakes defense on that play, and they kind of laid back, and they read it perfect. They snuffed it out.
Edmonds Woodway at the top of the 3A South. Only bested by Meadowdale in the head-to-head, and it means a 3rd seed instead of a 1st seed. That's how big those matchups matter as Cherry takes it. And a fumble on the field, and I believe Lakes will pick it up.
Lakes does have the fumble recovery, number 17.
That's Daytona Camoza. Camoza with the pickup.
And that was an easy fumble recovery. I mean, as soon as
Popped
Cherry
right
popped right in front of him, all he had to do was fall on it. So let's see what momentum Lakes has. Let's see if they can run something on offense. Because they've scored on a short drive, but they haven't been able to do much on long drives so far.
Rowe will put Miller directly behind him. And the play action, they'll try to go the long way. Can they get it picked? That was ill-advised. That was thrown right into the Sharks, the defensive backfield.
Well, you had your DB, you had your corner and your safety both there, and he missed him by 10 yards too. I mean, he shouldn't have thrown that ball.
So on the Lakes 44, 2nd down and 10. And Rowe, the junior, he doesn't throw a bad ball, just not necessarily the most accurate.
Yeah, no, his ball's real nice. It's just he's not hitting.
Now they'll pitch it out on the left-hand or right-hand side. I had it right the first time. The left-hand side to Miller. Miller tries to get back up to the original line of scrimmage, and I think he'll be short by a yard. It'll bring up third down and long again. And you're right, long drives, especially if you burn one on a pass play. Lakes has taken 2 and 3 handoffs or runs keepers from the quarterback in order to amass 10 yards in a lot of cases.
Yeah, they're having a hard time moving the ball. And it says a lot for the Warriors defense. Warriors defense is doing an excellent job.
Warriors now substituting in what looks like a nickel package. And back to pass is Rowe under some
Gay's
pressure. And Melly Gay had him for a minute. And now the rest of them. I believe it'll be Abduli Jada that'll get credit for the sack, but the pressure was applied by 88 Ali Gay.
Yeah, Gay got in there, and then he saw Gay, and that changed his whole attitude. And Jada came up and made the tackle.
So now a punt should give Edmonds Woodway reasonable field position after they were already in pretty good shape before the Cherry fumble.
Well, Lakes went back about 15 yards on that drive.
And now the punt high and arcing, bounces, takes a Lakes bounce about the 32-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. They'll mark it at the 33 for Edmonds Woodway. So Edmonds Woodway, plenty of time here on the second quarter clock, 6:39. And they will try to get really their first drive game going here in the second quarter. It looked like they were able to waltz down the field in the first quarter, and Lake's defense has really come to play now here in the second.
Yeah, both defenses are playing outstanding.
3 wide receivers. Rouse on the far side. He's been the main target for Crawl here in this contest. Lake showing a massive blitz, will hand the ball off to Tillman, and that's why you do it.
Yeah, that was a tough play right there, but Henry just took a nice 5-yard gain right up the middle, and those are called tough yards, but those open up stuff for Cherry and for Crawl and for everybody else on the offense. Somebody's got to do the dirty work, and right now Tillman's doing it for him.
Especially when you're blitzing the house, sometimes those fullback dives can catch you sleeping, and they definitely mixing things up. This time Cherry will take it near the line to gain. I believe he'll be a yard short. After a 3-yard pickup, it'll maybe a 4-yard. Call it 3rd and 1.
He really had a nifty run on that one. He jumped over, hurdled the defensive tackle for Lakes and made a extra 2 yards. He's just fun to watch.
3rd down and 1. Crawl surveying the sideline, looking for head coach John Gradwell. Will find him now. The play call comes in. 3 wide receivers. They'll hand the ball off to Cherry. He'll step on the outside, picks up the first down, and picks up 2 extra just for good measure.
And again, he just took his time, moved inside, then moved out to his left and saw where the hole was and then gunned it. Got the first down.
Warriors now in the hurry-up offense on their own 43 with 5:23 to go. No hurry on the game clock. I think they're just trying to upset the balance of the Lakes defense at this point in time. There's the handoff on the interior. Tillman with it. And that one looked like it came loose.
It looks like the Warriors got it.
And diving on it is Cameron Vogel, the left guard.
Tillman got rocked, and Vogel came through by getting the ball back for him.
2nd and 5. Now the Cherry handoff scoots by the left hand. Pickup of about 3.
And the Warriors are going to keep doing this until Lakes has the ability to stop them. I mean, they're picking 3, 4, 5 yards of crack coming right behind their center and guard every play.
Linebacker Hudson on the stop for Lakes. And again, here's Cherry, has to hurdle the pile and will lose a yard.
I don't think he got it.
And that'll bring up 4th down. No, he didn't.
And I guarantee you the Warriors are going to go.
4:15 on the game clock. And now finally Edmonds Woodway will huddle and take stock of this 4th down. 4th and 3.
Coach Gradwell really didn't like that spot. He's over there talking to the linesman. He did not like that spot.
Tillman and Cherry in the backfield. Crawl with the hard count. Lake's not buying. They're showing full house blitz.
Warriors called timeout.
And that'll be a timeout, the second timeout for the Warriors. We'll take a break ourselves here on the Sound Live Sports Network. 7-7 your score. 3:47 to play. We'll be back in just a moment.
High school football on the Sound Live Sports Network is presented by Good News Network, Snohomish County's online gathering place. Visit Edmonds News, MD News, and LinwoodToday.com for news, sports, and events about the community, and see what your neighbors are talking about.
Defensive battle here in the second quarter of play. Edmonds Woodway looking at a 4th and 2 with the ball just nudged over into Lake's territory. 3 wide receivers for Edmonds Woodway and a fully stacked box for Lakes. They'll put a 4-3 defense in, and they look like they're going to blitz the linebacker. There's the pitch to Cherry. He'll get around end, picks up the first down on the move, past the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Can he get in? He does. Touchdown! Cherry with a 49-yard run over the left side.
Credit Coach Gradwell on that call. That's a gutsy call. He knew that Lakes was going to bunch it up inside on 4th and 2, pitched it to the outside to his burner, and he took it to the house.
3:37, so plenty of time left for Lakes to respond as Carr sets up to attempt the extra point. But Passio Cherry has shown what he can do with the footwork inside, and he can certainly show you what he's got with the afterburners around the outside. Speed, speed, speed. Carr will put it through. 14-7, Edmonds Woodway just before the half here. 3:37 remains. Playoff football on the Sound Live Sports Network.
We are proud to have as our pregame sponsor Edmonds Community College, where students and community are at the heart of all they do. Edmonds Community College is committed to helping our diverse body of students access educational and career opportunities in a supportive environment that encourages success, innovation, service, and lifelong learning. To learn more, visit us at edcc.edu/programs.
Edmonds Woodway going 70 yards on 6 plays. And a big 4th down conversion converted. That a 49-yard run around the left-hand side by Capascio Cherry that makes it 14-7 Edmonds Woodway. Make sure you stick around for the Action Jackson Plumbing halftime program. We'll have Adam Cornell, the co-chair of the Edmonds Community College Foundation Run Committee and the foundation board member. Talk about what Edmonds Community College is doing for helping out the health and their students right here in the community, putting together a fun run. Of course, Cornell, an advocate for the community and a great guy to talk to, and we'll get a chance to do that at the half. Edmonds Woodway will give it back at the 25-yard line. Lakes will set up, try to go the distance to tie this thing up before the half. They've got 3:31 to do it. But they've struggled in their own territory as penalty flags will fly.
Lakes moved.
And that doesn't help you at all.
No.
On the offense, penalty remains first down.
And with their ability to struggle to get yardage for this game, I mean, they've really had a tough time getting yardage for this game. And then now you're going from 1st and 10 to 1st and 15.
Lakes will set up. There's the interior handoff. Al bouncing it out to the outside, trying to get some distance. There's a hurdle and a spin. And then right into Lindemood for the stop, 5 yards deep. But You can see what Miller brings when he gets outside.
And that's probably his best run of the day. I mean, that's the first time I've seen him actually get outside and make some plus yardage. Yeah.
3:04 to go here in the second half. 2nd down and 5 with the ball on the 30-yard line. And it's going to take a number of those in order to get Lakes back here into this ball game.
Yeah.
Not shown a lot through the air so far.
They haven't had even a completion.
But there you go on the bubble screen. Caught out on the left-hand side. That one by Johnson. He'll pick up the first down.
As soon as we said that, they got one. And, that bubble screen is a nice looking play. They got a first down. And they have a lot of time left on the clock. 2:42 and counting. There's a lot of time.
Clock will continue to spin as Johnson was not able to get out of bounds. But you're in your 2-minute offense now.
Yeah, you better be moving. Yeah.
Cody Rowe into the shotgun, the interior handoff. He'll have to bounce it out and won't get there.
Boy, the left side of the Warriors defense, so they all just collapsed on him. I think Tillman was the first one to get there for the tackle.
And on that left side of that defense, of course, you've got Jada, Hassan, Ollie Gay is out there. McClendon can book around the end.
Yeah, I wouldn't run to the left side if I was Lakes. Mr. Gay is just a presence out there.
2nd down and 12 after the loss. And now back to pass, and Ollie Gay will pick him up. Fumble is on the field. Whether he got down or not, you've got to look out for 88.
Well, they double-teamed him, and he split him. I mean, he just went right through him. They double-teamed him, and he just pulled him apart. I saw that from here, and I knew it was going to be trouble, and the Lakes is very lucky they got the ball back.
3rd down and about 30 yards. Boy, that's a huge loss, and Rowe had nowhere to go. He had to just tuck it.
The other thing is every time Rowe gets back on his left side, he's going to be looking for number 88 now, too, because Gay's made his presence.
3rd and 21. That was off by a couple of yards. We do have a penalty and a timeout on the field. Defense for Edmonds Woodway standing pat except for one short porch score.
And that was off that rough punt. So, basically the defense did a heck of a job.
We'll take a quick break on the Sound Live Sports Network. 7-14, Edmonds Woodway with the 7-point lead.
Clogged drain or other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Unclogging most internal drains for just $99. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
Couple of interesting games in the last part of the season. Of course, you got Meadowdale going up to Snohomish last week. Everybody thought that would be a one-sided Meadowdale win. Instead, the table was turned and the Black Cats come away with a big crushing win. And, of course, the Bearcats in Monroe in the state standings, the polls, the rankings all season long, and then Lake Stevens undefeated comes in another big smackdown.
Tells you Lake Stevens is for real.
Here's Rowe, a long pass along the end, caught at the 50-yard line. A beautiful ball, and Milligan comes down with it.
And I thought Noah Becker was going to pick it off. It looked like he had it, and the big receiver for Lakes went up and got the ball.
Milligan, 6 foot, 195 pounds.
Heck of a catch. Caught that at the highest point, and that's why Becker didn't get it. He went up and caught it at the high point. Nice job.
Of course, he was in front of the defensive back. Certainly had enough hang time as Rowe was going to try it again. Another nice arcer along the sideline. Pushed down.
Offensive pass
and that
interference.
will likely be a pass interference call.
And they're not calling it.
Oh, my.
Oh, they didn't call it.
Wow.
What a horrible call. Watch him push him. Watch him on the replay. Watch him just push him down. Oh.
Wow.
That's horrible.
Somebody missed it. And not to be an anti-Lakes or pro-Edmonds Woodway, but that was a missed call.
Sure was. And the referee was standing right there. Wow, that's tough.
So now Edmonds Woodway will call timeout once again. And we will take a break ourselves and try to sort that one out. A very steamy sideline in front of us wearing green. We'll be back in a moment.
High school football on Sound Live Sports Network is presented by My Neighborhood News Network, South Snohomish County's online gathering place. Visit My Edmonds News, MLT News, and LinwoodToday.com for news, sports, and events about your community. And see what your neighbors are talking about.
Taking a look at the replay here on the Sound Live Sports Network, and it was no question about it, Scott. That was definitely a push.
Yeah, I called it from up here. I said right away, I said that's offensive pass interference. And then I saw the referee raise his arms like a catch, and I just couldn't believe it. I'm kind of shocked.
37 seconds to go here in the half, and new life for Lakes after what looks like a controversial call. And they've done it via 2 long passes, chewed up 30 yards at a chunk and trying to go the long way again, and that one overthrown the intended receiver, Johnson. And Rowe can throw the nice timing ball along the sideline. We've seen 2 of them back-to-back now. And they may make a living just doing that the rest of the game.
Well, I wonder if he's starting to get a little bit of confidence, because he hadn't had a completion to this drive, and now he's starting to feel a little more in the groove. And his receivers, well, they made 3 catches in a row that they were making plays for him.
Second down and 10. The ball on the 12. Back to pass once again is Rowe over the top. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown. They went right back to it. Same exact play, same route, different receiver.
Yep.
That time Rogers with the 12-yard pickup.
That's a tough deal for the Warriors. They shouldn't have been having to deal with that, but you know what? There's nothing you can do about it now.
So now Blado will come in to kick the PAT for Lakes, and one that's going to sting heading into the locker room for Edmonds Woodway. There's the kick. It is through and good. We are tied at 14 apiece.
Well, that's going to change everything for halftime.
Wow.
Yeah. That's tough. I mean, nice catch, nice play by Lakes. I'll give him that, but to get down that close to the field on a blatant penalty.
Man, it's tough, too. It's playoff football.
Yeah.
And it's tough to come into a game and you expect some elevated officiating, and that obviously was a bit of a blown call.
Yes.
Well, the lucky ones, you come back out. If you're E-Dub, if you're Lakes, boy, you got to like what you just got through doing. You got things tied up. You couldn't be in better position, really, after the half of football that you played heading into the locker room.
Lakes should be thrilled. I mean, their offense, the Warriors' defense had them dead to right most of the game. I mean, they should be thrilled to death that they're in here tied ball game.
Bit of an anemic offense, but boy, they have done what they have had to do, and they scored quickly. It took advantage of field position both times to punch it in. 14-14 with 29 seconds to go. Here in the half, first half of play. The kick is end over end, fielded at the 20-yard line. Taken in there, now on the outside. Bounced toward the sideline, and I believe we'll set up at the 35.
So you got 23 seconds left in the half. You think the Warriors can take a shot? You think they're just going to – they received the ball in the second half because they deferred for the first half. So do they just kind of – I bet you they're going to give the ball to Cherry one time, see what he can do, and go from there.
Yeah, or take a long throw downfield to Rouse or Nash. You've taken a couple of shots, and you can certainly get a couple of plays off if you would like. 3 wide receivers, Nash, Richardson, and Rouse at the top of the screen. Here's the handoff to Cherry. He'll go into about
how about
the 40-yard line. There comes your horse collar tackle.
Yeah. So, see, now you got another 15 yards with the clock down. So now the Warriors got a chance to get at least field goal range.
16 seconds to go.
Lindsay.
And we'll see how much they tack on. I believe it's a 15-yard
15.
penalty.
It's a 15-yarder. And so right now, where's the ball spotted? So they're probably going to at least be on their side of the field.
Still going to need a pass.
Yeah.
Or two.
I think you got one timeout left. I think you got to pass it because if it's incomplete, at least you got a chance for another play. If you run it, you better call that timeout quick and get your kicking team out there.
That's a 15-yard penalty against Lakes at the conclusion of the run.
Awaiting the referee.
So they got the ball down to the 43.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle, defense. 15-yard penalty is added to the end of the run. First down.
1st and 10 on the 43. You've only got 14 seconds, now 13. The clock is running.
You got to pick it up if you're the Warriors.
And I don't think they recognize that as rolling out. You're going to have to do something now. Just get rid of it if you're Crawl.
Yeah, this is exactly what you didn't want to do.
And now you'll walk into the halftime. It doesn't hurt you.
No, but you got to get rid of the ball.
Ball will end on the 43. And that'll be the end of the half. 14-14. We've got your Action Jackson Plumbing halftime program straight around the corner. We'll take a break.
We are proud to have as our pregame sponsor Edmonds Community College, where students and community are at the heart of all they do. Edmonds Community College is committed to helping our diverse body of students access educational and career opportunities in a supportive environment that encourages success, innovation, service, and lifelong learning. To learn more, visit us at edcc.edu/programs. Clogged drain or other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Unclogging most internal drains for just $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
Welcome back on the Action Jackson Plumbing halftime program here on the Sound Live Sports Network. All knotted at 14 apiece under the lights at Edmonds District Stadium. Playoff football underway, and we've got a special guest up here in the booth with us. And Adam Cornell, I'm going to make sure I get your title right here. The co-chair, one of many titles I hear, right?
Right.
Co-chair of the Edmonds Community College Foundation 5K Walk. You're also a foundation board member.
I am.
And the whole idea of what we're trying to get across to folks here is you got a pretty good event coming up on the 17th of November you'd like to talk about.
We do, and I have to mention my co-chair is my wife Whitney Cornell.
Oh, that's
so the both of us are taking this on, and we're excited to to bring out a bunch of runners to support the Edmonds Community College Foundation. This is our first year of doing the 5K. It's going to be on the Edmonds Community College campus. We've got a great event. Our title sponsor is Vivacity.
Out of Mount Lake Terrace,
out of Mount Lake Terrace.
A local group.
Indeed, they've been good to us, as well as some of our other sponsors, and of course our foundation board members who have done a great job in helping out.
Everybody in the family knows a runner, right? You've got one. I know I have one. I'm sure. Do you run?
I do. Actually, I'm a marathoner.
Oh,
so
well, there you go.
This is right up my alley.
You can tell I'm a marathoner, too. No. So anyway, let's talk a little bit. You want to get folks down here. Let's talk about the foundation first before we sign and dot all the I's and T's on the run itself.
Great.
Explain a little bit about what the foundation does. What is its benefactor and who does it represent?
Sure. So the Edmonds Community College Foundation supports students who are at Edmonds Community College. The foundation's mission is to help improve student success. Kids in our community colleges are some of the most ambitious and the most dedicated of all of our higher education students. And what the foundation does is try to just give them the tools to succeed. There's a saying, ability is nothing without opportunity. And what we try to do is give young people and not just all young people, but people at the community college, students, an opportunity to succeed. So we raise money so that we can support scholarships, so that we can provide emergency funds to our students who may have financial difficulties. As you well know, a lot of times kids in community college, and not just kids, but adults, can't really rub two pennies together. And so there are times
or get started, but run into some trouble halfway with all the greatest intentions.
Exactly.
And can't get it done.
So we help with books, with tuition, with scholarships, innovative grant programs. That's what we do, and we've been around for a long time, and we've helped a lot of students at Edmonds.
How long has the
College.
foundation been around at Edmonds Community College?
God, it's been around.
Tough question, right?
A long time.
Okay.
A long time, decades.
Decades. Well, there you go. We'll just put big round numbers on it. So let's talk now. We'll shift from what we're doing with the money that we're going to raise at this run to the run itself.
Right.
Got a course lined out. And you said it runs through and around the community college. Talk a little bit about the run.
So it's a 5K, and this is for everybody. That's really what I think is important. This isn't just for your competitive runners. It's a fun run. It's our first one. The timing couldn't be better for people who are going to want to burn off a few extra calories before Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Shake off the cobwebs. I can't guarantee that the weather's going to be sunny and 65, but there's going to be a lot of enthusiasm for the event, and we hope it's going to be a great success.
So if I'm a runner, or if I have a family member that's a runner, how do I get involved?
Yep.
Let's start with just the run. How do I get involved in the run?
So go to our
I think
website,
I've got the website
which I
here.
have it written down. It's Edmonds. It's edcc.edu /foundation 5K. So go to our website. We are encouraging people businesses and families to sign up as a team. There's a way to do that when you register online, but also sign up as an individual. We want to bring people out from all over the community. This isn't just a run. It's really a celebration of the work of Edmonds Community College and a celebration of the community.
If there's a deadline involved, what would that be? Can you just show up on the 17th and put a bib on and take off if you'd like with your stroller?
You can take off with your stroller. You can take off with your dog, your cat, whoever you want to bring. Registration starts at 8 o'clock, and the race starts at 9. So you can show up at the last minute and join us. It's going to be a good time. There are going to be prizes. There are going to be a lot of things for kids and families, and we're going to have a great race.
The Edmonds Community College, and I got to make sure I get this right, the Edmonds Community College Foundation. They've got a 5K run November 17th. 8 a.m. is the start of all this, right? That's when we register.
The registration starts at 8, and the
8 a.m.
The race is going to start promptly at 9 o'clock, rain or shine.
Okay, and I'm going to give you the website one more time. We'll also put it on a lot of the community websites for you. edcc.edu. You should know that one from the the generous sponsorship that Edmonds Community College provides the Sound Live Sports Network to put on broadcasts exactly like the football game you're watching tonight. So edcc.edu/foundation 5K, supporting all the students, or a lot of the students at Edmonds Community College. Thanks so much
Great,
for
Keith.
starting with Adam.
Thank you
Appreciate
very much.
it.
Appreciate it.
You got it. So we will come back for the second part of our Action Jackson Plumbing halftime program, talk a little statistics, some analysis coming around the corner. It is tied at 14-14 here under the lights of Edmonds District Stadium. Playoff football can't get any better than that. We'll be right around the corner. Stick around.
We are proud to have as our pregame sponsor Edmonds Community College, where students and community are at the heart of all they do. Edmonds Community College is committed to helping our diverse body of students access educational and career opportunities in a supportive environment that encourages success, innovation, service, and lifelong learning. To learn more, visit us at edcc.edu/programs. High school football on the Sound Live Sports Network is presented by My Neighborhood News Network, South Snohomish County's online gathering place. Visit My Edmonds News and linwoodtoday.com for news, sports, and events about your community, and see what your neighbors are talking about. Clogged drain or other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Unclogging most internal drains for just $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
Welcome back on the Sound Live Sports Network. Bit of a correction we got to make. 5K race for the Edmonds Community College Foundation is on the 19th. 1-9, not the 17th of the month. That is still November, but I got the date wrong, so I want to make sure we get that correction. That will be Saturday the 19th, not Thursday the 17th. Want to make sure we get that right. What you need to know here in this ball game is the scoreboard, 14-14, in a game that has been largely dominated by defense.
Yeah, I would say it's kind of been like a weird game. I mean, you got the Warriors' defense been outstanding. Had a couple of breaks that kind of didn't go their way. A punt, maybe not the best call I've ever seen. And Lakes capitalized on both of the mistakes and got touchdowns. And the Warriors were moving the ball well. They had a couple penalties and some fumbles that kind of hurt. Two fumbles. One they recovered, one they didn't. That kind of hurt them a little bit.
There is not a football coach in the land that won't tell you that taking advantage of big plays and mistakes from the other football team isn't going to reap some reward. And the best thing that you got to get done is exactly that. Take advantage of it. If you don't, you're going to fall flat.
Well, and like we've been saying, Lakes was having a real hard time with long drives. They couldn't really get anything going on the long drives, but they did take advantage of the two. The one was definitely a miscue on the punt, and the long pass that it should have been offensive pass interference, but didn't get called. That was probably their biggest play of the game.
And other scorers going on around the league here in playoff football. Linwood is down to Garfield 10-0 in the first quarter after a 7 o'clock start. And, of course, you've got a couple other things happening, not tonight, but you've got I get down all of the Squalicum playing Rainier Beach at Civic Stadium tonight. 7:30 is the start there. And Ferndale playing Capital. That'll be tomorrow night, 4 o'clock. And of course, Port Snohomish having to walk into Memorial Stadium downtown to play O'Day.
What time's that
That's a
game?
tough draw. That one a 5 p.m. start tomorrow.
Boy, that is a tough draw. So that's what Snohomish gets for coming in second. They get to go play O'Day, huh?
Well, Snohomish actually came in, yes, out of the South Division. They came in the 4th seed.
Okay.
They are struggling mightily to keep their playoff hopes alive. Edmonds Woodway didn't look like that would be the case for them at all after the first couple of drives here in the first quarter. Able to hold the Lakes Lancers to 3 punts back to back, 4 is what I count.
Yeah.
And sprinkle in a touchdown, a 1-yard carry from Compasio Cherry that made it 7-0 Warriors right into the ball game. The first drive that Edmonds was able to put together ended up in 7 points at the 8:49 mark. Then they traded punts back and forth, and eventually it worked its way into some Edmonds Woodway shank off the punter's foot, and it gave Lakes some great field position, and they were able to get Hudson over the left-hand side right off the center. 3 yards in for a touchdown carry. That will be a 7-7 score a little bit into that second quarter of play. And then toward the end of the first half, you throw everything out the window. It got really interesting. 4th down attempt, a 4th down and 3. Edmonds Woodway decides they'll bust things on the outside pitch around end with Compasio Cherry doing the carrying. And he was able to go 49 yards into the end zone, almost scoring too quickly.
Yeah, because Lakes came back and they got a gift. I keep saying a gift for a call, and they capitalized on it. And Coach Gradwell, he's still talking to the refs. We were watching as they were coming off the field, and he had the whole refereeing crew over there, and he was talking to them. And I see he's still, before we start the half, he's still talking to them. So there's something that he didn't like, and he's trying to get his point across to the refereeing crew.
Gradwell, you see at the bottom of your screen walking off the left-hand side there. Now he's turning around. He is finally at his words. Now whether they're met with any thought behind them by their officiating staff, I don't know. But
at least they listened to him, and he got to explain his side of it. I think some of it was on him blocking, because he was using his arms, and he was trying to say that they were blocking our guys illegal, or the Warriors illegally. And so I don't know if we see a penalty come in the second half, then all that, he's done his job.
And you mentioned right before we went into the halftime break, head coach Dave Miller had his coaching staff all out at the 35-yard line. They didn't head into the locker room until very late in the halftime period.
No, I've never seen that. The whole coaching staff just was in a big circle, and they must have been out there. I counted 7 minutes talking, and then they went into the locker room. So I don't know. I've never seen that before. It's interesting. He's been coaching high school football for a long time, and so he knows what he's doing. So
a couple of very good football programs historically. Here tonight, tied in a 14-14 ball game with 24 minutes left to play, and somebody will go home very unhappy.
Yeah, and it could be anybody's game right now. I mean, you're basically starting from the start 0-0 now. I mean, you got 24 minutes to slug it out, see what happens.
That final catch, a 12-yarder over the middle on a drag route. It was Rowe to Rogers that made it 14-14 with 29 seconds to go. Edmonds Woodway wasn't out of it. They were able to get a horse collar tackle on a Compasio Cherry run that got him into the Lake side of the field. But after that, Cameron Krull had to be chased around in order to end the half.
So here we got a minute 11 left on the clock. On there we go.
Yeah, now the extended halftime. Thanks for watching our Action Jackson Plumbing halftime program. We're going to get this third quarter started. Edmonds Woodway will take the first possession of this second half, and that will roll into the end zone. It will be a touchback, and Edmonds Woodway will set up camp on the 20-yard line. What are your first impressions so far of the offense for the Warriors?
Well, I think Crow in the first quarter was passing the ball well. He had a couple drops that really weren't his fault. Cherry, like I said, he'll pound and pound and pound, and then he's going to get one, and he got one. You know, he gets the outside, he's gone. The Warriors' offense, I thought, is adequate. The defense has been outstanding.
Defensive ball game, a couple of big plays. Here's Crawl under center. He'll spin. They'll hand the ball off to Cherry. He'll bounce it outside. He'll try to get to the sideline. Finally pushed out of bounds. Run out there by Jacob Cavness. Ja'Kai Cavness, rather. 5'11", 200-pound senior.
And
Pick up a 4.
And that was just your regular pitch to the right side. Cherry, and see what he can do, and he got 4 big yards. I mean,
Lakes has a couple of big boys down there. Matthew Gotel, 285, 6'2", anchor in that nose tackle spot. Here's Cherry right through the middle. It's almost to the first down. They'll mark him about a yard short. And we've got a man down. And I believe that is Cameron Vogel. And Vogel is under some pain right now. He is wincing and grabbing his knee.
He's grabbing his knee.
So while we've got an injury on the field, we'll take a break here ourselves on the Sound Live Sports Network. Still tied at 14. Playoff football.
Clogged drain or other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Unclogging most internal drains for just $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
Vogel able to come off the field under his own power, but that's got to drive a shiver up a mom's spine when they go down clutching a knee like that. Third down and short. There's the Cherry handoff. He'll spin, get just over the line, and we'll see where they mark this.
I think it depends on the spot, Keith. And it looks like, my naked eye, it looks like he's short.
And they will wave this off to most likely bring the chain gang in to measure it up. First down.
Good. They gave it to him.
Says official Phil Christensen. The line's umpire is Steve Hauser, linesman Kyle Fox. Line judge is Dave Johnson, and back judge is Steve Reed, tonight's officiating crew. 11-14. We're just underway here, third quarter. Thanks for being a part of our evening. Riding alongside on the Sound Live on the right-hand side this time for a pickup of 8.
And so far in the third quarter, the Warriors are just kind of giving the ball to Cherry and let him do his thing. And, you know, he's going to pick and pop, and he's going to get you 3, he's going to get you 4, he's going to get you 2, and then all of a sudden he's going to get you 20, 30, 40. And I think that's what the coaching staff's hoping.
Second down and 4. We'll say a 6-yard Cherry pickup. And they'll give it to the workhorse again. This time into the pile. Stopped immediately at the line of scrimmage by Banner, Xavier Banner. From that offensive line, that big offensive line. But didn't able to stop the momentum. It'll be 3rd and inches.
Yeah, they're real close.
And now Lakes will stack the box. Put every linebacker up to the line of scrimmage, and that will hurt E-Dub.
The Warriors jump. Left tackle.
I believe that was Hugh Wilson, the left tackle. That will change the outcome a bit here.
Well, you go from 3rd and inches to 3rd and a long 5. That really hurts.
6th play of the drive. Started on the 20. About a 20-yard drive up until that point. Now brings up 3rd and 6. Corral will put 3 receivers around him. And now the bootleg, and he's got some pursuit. He's going to have to hustle out of bounds. Krall still on his feet, turns the corner, looking for the first down marker, and finally run out of bounds. It'll bring up 4th down. He didn't get there. Short by 3 yards.
And the Lakes blitzed that time. They blitzed both their left corner and their left linebacker both came in, and that's who was chasing Krall around the end. So now what are the Warriors going to do? You got 4th and 6. Yeah, it looks like you got a punt.
So Richardson will go into punt formation. They will put Rogers in the backfield as the punt returner, who's right about the 35-yard line. So we've seen both styles of punts from Richardson so far, penalty flags. That one not a bad one, but it'll come back.
But I wonder what the call is, because it looks like it's against Lakes, the way the refs are pointing. And if it's
They may have had an extra man on the field.
And if it's against Lakes, it's automatic first down for the Warriors. And
Prior to the snap, dead ball, 12 men on the field by the defense.
There you go.
5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Wow.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, somebody kind of got mixed up in where they should be, and now instead of the Warriors punting, they got an automatic first down. They got a gift given to them. Now it's time to capitalize.
A lot of times the special teams are put together with a lot of the players that don't get a lot of time.
Right.
A lot of snaps, a lot of reps. They can be mistake prone. Not knowing where you're going to be at what time. 1st and down, 10 with the ball on the 42-yard line. 10-15 to play. As Krall spins now the bootleg. Steps up into the pocket. He's going to let this one fly. Rouse, and almost picked off. Rouse had to go back and play defender.
Yeah, Rouse made a nice play to prevent that from being an interception.
A bit underthrown.
That one was.
Allowed the defensive back to get there. And on the coverage, Hudson. He's got a touchdown and has played some outstanding defensive back.
Yeah, that was really well covered. He was all over him. And Crowd did throw that one a little bit.
2nd down and 10. Have not seen a lot of short throws, a lot of slants, a lot of drag routes, a lot of bubble screens. Edmonds Woodway usually does very well in those conditions. Now they'll cross it back across and give it to Cherry, and that one sniffed out extremely well.
Well, that was a nice play by that 55.
I think it was Cavness once again. Might have been Jasso.
Cabness, yeah. That was a beautiful play. Boy, he came out of nowhere and just got Cherry by the feet.
Edmonds Woodway looking for some offense here in the second half and found nothing. Lakes with their stunting and their blitzing have been able to slow things down to a drip out of the offense for Edmonds Woodway. Step there.
Yeah, there was
looked like holding on the end, but I don't know if it was a badly run route or he just got held up enough. They couldn't get deep.
It looks like that was to Cherry. They split him out, and it looks like he ran the wrong route the way the coaches are talking to him, because Kroll thought he was supposed to be over here on the left side, and he was not.
There's some bump and run, of course, very legal.
Yeah.
Until the 5 yards and until the ball is thrown. So there was contact on that side. The ball not in the air. Richardson will punt once again.
Now that was a good kick.
And that one will drop, take a Lakes bounce. And it'll be a net of about 22 yards.
Well, that was a better kick, should I say. That was a better kick. He kicked it high. It took a bounce back.
Interesting how a lot of talk about the nose down, nose back, how you pin somebody inside their own zone. You see a lot of that in the professional ranks, of course, but they've got specialists that do only that.
That's all they do, and make a lot of money doing it.
Lakes will hand the ball off left-hand side. Miller with nowhere to run.
Great job by the Warriors defense again. That was Dominic.
Murphy with the stop. At least was one of them. I think Lawrence was also in on the tackle.
Lawrence was there too.
A lot more momentum for Cody Rowe After tying things up heading into halftime, this is their first possession of the second half. Now a swing out pass caught around the 40-yard line, still in bounds, picks up the first down on second effort. Look at that.
That was a beautiful move by that wide receiver. He just kind of stopped, let Jotty get by him, and then went and took an extra 5 yards for the first down.
Camoza with the catch, 5'9", 150 pounds, and the senior will move the sticks. And now Lake's looking like a football team.
Yeah, you can see they're getting a little more confident.
Four wide receivers. Solo back, play action. There's the long pass downfield. Everybody tripped up. And they say incidental contact.
And at that time, I agree with that call.
Yep.
Everybody was just running down the field. They tripped over each other, and that happens.
Hill and Foddy, the receiver and defensive back respectively, that got tied up. That one over the top will be making that second down and 10 with the ball at midfield. Playoff football, 3A, Week 10 playoffs. Winner moves on. Loser season is finished. Edmonds Woodway would love to take care of business in front of their home fans. There's the run, and nobody going to give Melvin Miller a block up front. He has nothing but green jerseys surrounding him.
Yeah, great job by the Warriors on that play. That was Murray again. He went out there and pushed his man inside and had a lot of help on the inside. Made a lot of the Warriors made the play on that. Good job.
Safety Lindemood stepping up. And now they'll go to that nickel package where they'll take out Belcher.
Took out
and they'll put in Tillman.
Yeah, they took out Big Xavier and put in Henry, who's a little faster.
In the back by the offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay second down.
I missed that.
Blocking the back on Lakes. And so that took him back 10 yards.
And this is exactly the position we were at right before the half, and Lakes was able to air out two flag plays, long runs to the flag. And let's see if they do it again. Back to passes row. That's caught at midfield. Beautiful catch.
47.
Lindsay, the tight end.
Boy, that was a beautiful grab. One hand in traffic. And you know what? That was a nice pass. He threw that thing on a dime.
Gets a lot of that yardage back. It'll from 3rd and 21 to 3rd and 6. So now inside Edmonds Woodway territory, you had a little bit of cushion. You could give a little bit. You can't now.
Yeah, that was a big play for Lakes. I mean, even if they don't get it, they have to punt there. The field was just turned on that one play.
I'm impressed with Cale Lindsay.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, here's the throw out, caught, and it'll be short of the first down. Miller was able to make the catch, but he'll be short by 3 yards. And here's where you got a little bit of a squeezing out of the playbook. What are you going to come up with? Do you go with something on 4th down?
I think they're going to go for it. And heck, that tight end's been catching everything. I would swing something out to him, and you only got to get 3 yards or roll out. They've been doing a lot of rollouts, and then the quarterback's keeping it. So be interesting to see what Lakes has up their sleeve for this play.
They'll put Milligan on the far side, along with Camoza. And now they'll play action. Here's the long pass. Can they go downfield? It is picked off. Lindemood with the interception, and that's a huge play for E-Dub.
That was just not the play that you should call on 4th and 3, trying to pick up 25 over the middle. Lindemood made a nice play on that. He got out there, and he saw it all the way and took it.
Another score, Garfield 17, Linwood 6, as the Royals trying to keep their playoff dreams intact. Thanks to Steve Willits for that score. Steve will have the game, of course, tomorrow. The Meadowdale game versus Lakeside. Playoffs continue here on the Sound Live Sports Network. Interior handoff to Cherry goes nowhere.
And that time, Lakeside blitzed again, brought in 3 guys from the right side, and they shut down Cherry. So obviously they're realizing the only way they're going to be able to get to the Warriors' backfield is with pressure. And so they're going to have to send guys to get in there.
We'll see if Edmonds Woodway can respond with a change in their playbook on offense. And showing blitz once again, Edmonds Woodway. We'll see if they can pick it up. There's the play action. It was picked up. Now the long ball. They got a man open. Picked up at the 50. Underthrown ball. Milligan will bring it down for Lakes.
Yeah, that was a big pickoff. I mean, thrown a little bit again, and Milligan went up there and he snagged it. We got a player hurt for Lakes over there.
Get off the sideline. I believe that's Milligan, who looks like he's walking off slowly. And now the Lancers have a chance to rebound. They'll start on the midfield stripe. And the run straight into the pile. You get a sense now that perhaps the running game is not what Lakes was after the entire time. Now that we've seen what they can do through the air.
Yeah, maybe they've been trying to just use the run to set up the pass. And getting a few tough yards here and there, and then they go big on the pass.
2nd down and 8 inside Edmonds Woodway territory. There's Rowe. Got hit just as he let it fly, but a first down. Big catch and a penalty will come out. The penalty flag will come out. The receiver, Tracy Reynolds, the senior, 6'4", 195 pounds. That's a great target. And I guess they do not have a penalty flag. I thought I saw one.
But they did get a first down.
Cody Rowe putting a little extra zing on the ball now. He does feel confident back there in that pocket.
Yeah, he looks comfortable. I mean, and like you said, that time he took a hit and still threw a real nice arrow right across the middle. Nice job.
Ball on the 39 after the first down. And here is Rowe. They'll hand the ball off one more time to Miller. This time picking up 5 yards before going out of bounds.
I get the feeling that Lakes is not in a big hurry. They'd like to just keep it close. And if they can get one, they can break one, they'll take it. But if not, they're just going to keep grinding and pounding.
Foddy and Lawrence on the tackle right in front of the Lancers sideline. After this game, you move on. You get seeded in that first round of the state's playoffs.
Lakes jumped on that one. So
November 11th and 12th, the first round of the playoffs begins. Tacoma Dome, and the seeding happens now.
On the 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
So there they go again with another offsides penalty, and now they're back. False start. Now they're back 5 more yards. So
second half has been a little bit different, though. Lakes in the first half would get those penalties, and it would just stymie. It would stall this offense.
Yeah.
I get the sense that's not the case here in the second half.
No, it looks like they have more confidence in their offense, too. They're feeling better about themselves. Things are starting to work.
Rowe back to pass under a lot of pressure. Airs one high and picked up by Lindemood again at the 5-yard line. Takes it to the 10. Penalty flag is down as Lindemood is felled at the 20.
Okay, it's going to be a block of the back on the Warriors. And so it's going to go back 10 yards to the 20. So it's going to be Warriors ball 1st and 10.
Lindemood with his second pick in his many drives here in the second half, and Edmonds Woodway will certainly take that.
Yeah, I think the block in the back is going to be on Zion Watson. And it's going to move the Warriors back to the 10. Yeah, I saw him.
So we'll see where they spot the foul.
They're going to move it all the way back to the 6-yard line.
Edmonds.
A return. Illegal block in the back by the defense. Penalty is enforced from the spot of the foul. First down.
We'll see what E-Dub can do. 3:33 to go, third quarter. And it looked like it would be a offensive team that we were watching for Edmonds Woodway, and it certainly has been stalled here in this ever since that first quarter of play. You've got the one big 49-yard run in the second quarter by Cherry, but just like Lakes, really struggling to get any sense of timing down, kind of sniffing out for what works and what doesn't work.
It's kind of been a defensive game. It really has. I mean, big plays, couple big plays here and there, and penalties. Other than that, it's kind of been like John Madden, 3 up the middle and a cloud of dust.
2nd down and 7 with the ball on the 9. They'll hand the ball off this time to Cherry again, who gets past the 10-yard line, but only picking up 2 yards at a chunk instead of the normal 4, 5, and 6 that we've seen.
Both teams' defense is starting to play a lot better ball this. Towards the second half of the second quarter and this third quarter, the defenses have been controlling the offenses on both sides of the ball.
And Edmonds Woodway, who's been throwing the ball very well, seems very gun-shy to do so now. And now showing blitz again. Lakes is going to bring everybody. This time they'll go around the right-hand side. There's Cherry past the first down marker, still on his feet. Past the 25 and out of bounds near the 30.
And that's what the Warriors are going to have to do. Just keep giving the ball to Cherry, let him get to the outside. There's nothing going on the inside, but once he gets to the outside, he's been able to get plus yardage.
We are still tied at 14-14 in a playoff football game. Both teams have had their chances. Edmonds Woodway with the rock on their own 25-yard line, 2:19 to play. And guess who? Cherry. He'll go in for 3 yards.
It's tough inside. Like I said, on both sides of the ball, it's tough inside. Those linemen, the D linemen on both sides are really, really having a good game.
2nd down and 7. I think you hit it where Lakes struggled until the point they've realized that they need to be the first off the ball on the defensive line and put some extra bodies in the box, and they're going to do that right here as they try to go around the end. Cherry will turn it up and hit a big smack just past the line of scrimmage. May pick up 2. Cherry coming up not feeling all together well. He'll come off the field. And he's wincing.
Yeah,
he's grabbing his right hand. And he will come off. So 3rd down and 5. And you've got another tailback coming in. We'll see if it is. Jota went into the ball game. We'll see if that's who they put in the backfield, number 4. And they will put him behind Tillman in that I formation. Nash on the far side. And now they'll put Ollie Gay in at a double tight end situation. Lake stacks the box. There's the pitch. Jota will turn it up past the 30-yard line. Picks up the first down.
Nice job. Nice block, too.
Edmonds Woodway showing a different formation there where they put 7 on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they had 2 tight ends in. The Costa Cooper is playing tight end, too, so they got them both on both sides.
Cooper on the near side, Ollie Gay on the far side. Nash, the only receiver. And once again, Jota with the handoff. Gets through the pile, still on his feet. Takes a big hit. It was again Lindsay, who I've got a lot of respect for. He's a football player.
Boy,
he got the original stop.
He's everywhere. He's playing an outstanding game tonight.
Under a minute to play in the third quarter. Edmonds Woodway, a sustained drive, really their first one since the first quarter. 2nd and 4 with the ball on the 43-yard line. Get that reversed. And once again, we'll go to the handoff to Jota. This time not nearly as successful as he gets in front of Edmonds Woodway bench for a pickup of 1 and brings up 3rd down.
Boy, one thing I noticed about Lakes is most of their tackles are being made by their linebackers and their secondary. The linemen push hard, but they don't make a lot of tackles. But boy, those linebackers and those secondary, no, that's on Ollie.
Well, that'll make a long 3rd down longer.
I love it when a guy jumps and he points the other way. It's on you. Well, no, it wasn't.
Offense.
13, number 13, Cherry on the bench being attended to by the trainer. And they're looking at his hand.
I wonder if he got a little dung up too, because he was kind of woozy, kind of coming off the field.
And we got a timeout on the field. Actually, that's the end of the third quarter. So we'll take a break ourselves. After the end of 3, we've got a playoff football game. 14-14. Lakes, Edmonds Woodway, all knotted up.
We are proud to have as our pregame Edmonds Community College, where students and community are at the heart of all. Edmonds Community College is committed to help a diverse body of students access educational and career opportunities in a supportive environment that encourages lifelong learning. To learn more, visit us at edcc.edu.
Final 12 minutes of the first playoff games here of 2016 3A season. Third down, bootleg. Out comes Crawl from behind the pile, and a penalty marker coming down as Costa Cooper was pushed. That time called. Rogers will be the offender.
You know, that wasn't a really smart play, because I don't think Cooper was even going to catch the ball. The Warriors will take it, but Rogers, he was panicked is what happened. Is he saw the ball coming, and he just panicked and pushed. Automatic first down.
Third down and 7. I don't think PI anymore is automatic, is it? I think if you're back far enough, they'll give you 15 yards, but it may not be automatic.
15-yard penalty. The yardage results in a first down.
Edmonds Woodway, a breath of new life. And
now we're getting to the point in the game where stuff like this, we only got 11 minutes and 55 seconds left. Penalties like that could cost you a ball game.
Crowell will go into center again, that 2 tight end set. Cherry has been given his helmet back, but it's still Jada in the backfield. They'll go the long way. They're going to look for Nash, and out thrown. Nash couldn't catch up to it, but I am very impressed with the Lakes defense from the secondary.
Boy, their corners are all over it. That deep ball, they got one early in the game, and from then on, the Lakes DBs have been running stride for stride with the Warriors receivers.
That was Rogers on the coverage that time. He was the one that gifted Edmonds Woodway the penalty on the pass interference, but he certainly made up for it there, and stride for stride with a very quick Nash. We'll bring up second down and 10. And they're bigger defensive backs.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the pitch out. Cherry back in the ball game. He'll bump it out to the outside. Picks up a block. Still on his feet.
Nice.
Not quite to the first down marker, but very close. It should bring up third down and about a yard.
Nice run. Good to see him back in the game. Nice move to the outside. Again, he's a very smart runner. He's always looking for his blocks, following his blockers. And when he gets that gap, he's gone.
And you would imagine inside the 40, this is 2 down territory the rest of the way if you're E-Dub. 11:15 to go. This one coming down to the wire. 14-14. Third down and 2. Snap, mishandle, snap. It'll be Crawl around the end. He'll pick up the first down, still on his feet, runs out of bounds. And that's a heads-up senior-type moment.
That was a very smart play. Got the ball, bad snap, and he made most he could make out of it, and he also could get the Warriors a first down. Nice play by Crawl.
We'll bring up the 9th play of the drive. Remember, it started back on the 6-yard line. Edmonds Woodway pinned inside their own 10. have come out, and now we're at the Lakes 28. First down and 10. Cherry still in the ball game. Still that 2 tight end set. Here he goes into the pile. First man to make the stop that time was Kiros Hunter. Defensive end, 6 foot, 215 pounds, a senior. But Cherry able to pick up 5. He'll take that.
Oh, all day long. If anything he can get plus yardage, he'll take right now, because you're right. They are in 4-down territory.
Lake showing blitz, and they blitzed right up to fullback Henry Tillman.
You got nothing.
3rd down and 5.
Actually, I think he lost a yard.
Big play by the Lakes defense there. And you can bet they're going to bring it here.
Yeah. That's the only way they can stop the Warriors. And if Cherry can get to the outside and they go to him, he should have some green grass.
10:03 to go here in the fourth quarter. We've moved on. We've added one. There's the play action fake. Crawl on the run, picks up a block. Now we'll turn the corner. He's not going to have enough to get there. All he wants to do now is hold on to the football.
So now you got to go for it.
9:49 to go. Warriors may get one more contest or one more drive. But they would love nothing more than to put the pressure on by scoring.
Yeah, and you know, you got 4th and 8. And I bet you Lakes is going to bring the blitz again, because it's the only way they can get to the Warriors' backfield.
Why wouldn't you? 4-3 defense, and that's exactly what they're due. There's the pitch out to Cherry. Picks up a block. He may not get there. He's going to be well short.
I don't think he got it.
Picked up 6, and there's a lot of talk going on the sideline.
Starting to get a little chippy.
But I believe Edmonds Woodway will end that drive on downs. It will go back to Lakes. Huge stop.
Yeah. The Warriors had a great drive going.
Score in from Linwood, scoring 2 touchdowns inside 3 minutes. They trailed 17-0 after the first, and now they're only down 3, 17-14 with 7:40 left in the first half.
Some points scored in that game.
And they're not that much different than where we're at right now here at Edmonds, 14-14. As Lakes coming up the I-5 corridor. Down up from Clover Park. Lakes gets dropped in the backfield. that's not what you want to see. And then there's a penalty marker. And you're going to have to be very careful with your emotions in the final 10 minutes of play.
Yeah, you can't be stupid mouthing off and stuff, because it's a dead ball, and that'll put Lakes way back.
Personal foul goes against Lakes instead of a first down or second down and a couple, 10, 12 yards maybe after the loss, not a couple.
Yeah,
now you put yourself in a big hole.
You're in a big hole. You're going to be first and 20, 22, 23. Trying to see where they're going to mark it.
White hat now getting the instructions. Let's see what we have here from the man himself.
I don't know.
After the play, dead ball, personal foul on the defense. Half the distance penalty from the end of the run, 2nd down.
Well, that's where half the distance helps you.
Yeah, that did. Because
believe it or not, you could have been worse than 2nd and 22.
Yeah.
Now Rowe back to throw, has the ball batted and knocked down.
That almost got picked.
And it got Ollie Gay right in the face. And he is down on the turf right now. The trainer's out to look at him, and he caught that one right square in the coconut. And while they attend to the senior defensive end, let's take a break on the Sound Live Sports Network. Still knotted at 14 apiece at the 9:25 mark in the ball game. We'll be back.
High school football on the Sound Live Sports Network is by Neighborhood News Network, South Snohomish County online, MLT News, and LinwoodToday.com for news, sports, events about your community, and see what your neighbors are talking about. Clogged drain or other plumbing problems? Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Unclogging most of your drain plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit.
Welcome back on the Sound Live Sports Network. Correction on the play, it was Henry Tillman that's credited with knocking the batted ball. Got the big paw up there and knocked it down, but Ollie Gay, it wasn't his face. He started to grab his helmet, but I think it might have been just out of pain. He's grabbing that shoulder that he injured earlier, and that is not what Edmonds Woodway needs at all.
No, that's your all-league, maybe all-state pass rusher right there. It's out. 3rd and 23 for Lake, so long ways to go on your own 9-yard line.
So they'll alter the left-hand side. We've seen that before where Ollie has come out, and they've still had a lot of success. And Lakes will go into a pass formation now, going the long way on. It is almost picked off. Great job in coverage by Noah Becker on the intended receiver. I believe that was Rogers, the intended receiver it was. Knocked down, 4th down, and you have to punt here, no question about it. It doesn't matter what's on the clock at 9:19.
Yeah, and, that ball was underthrown. Becker made a nice play. He's lucky Becker didn't pick that. But, yeah, you gotta punt this thing. 4th and 23 on your own 9. And if you're Lakes, you hope you get a really nice kick.
Becker was back at the 45-yard line. And will take the fair catch. Loses the football, but hangs on to it at the very end.
He did the right thing by fair catching. It was a nice high punt, and he put his hand up fair catch. And then he saw the Lakes guy right there, and it took his mind off him for a little bit, and he bobbled it. But he got it back, Warriors ball. And the Warriors got the short field again because they're starting on Lakes 40. Yeah.
Boy, that'll send coaches into nightmares, plays like that.
Gets the heart pumping there for sure.
Cherry in the backfield along with Tillman. And now they'll pitch the ball out to Cherry. Trying to run around end, picks up one block, spins, and a nice job at grabbing the jersey. And guess who?
Yeah.
It's our guy, Cale Lindsay.
Boy, he is everywhere.
No stop, or no gain on the stop.
Nice play by Lindsay. And that was a jersey. I mean, he literally grabbed Cherry's. You haven't seen Cherry go down too much this year on a jersey. That's
a lot of strength. It takes a lot to get that done.
He sure did.
Second down and 10, 8:38. After the stop, Crawl looking things over. Will hand the ball up the middle this time. Gets a huge block and spins about 5 yards into the pile. I'm not a real big fan of the body spin, but Cherry seems to pull it off well.
It picked him up an extra yard or two on that one, but when you do that, you put the
You're
ball
vulnerable.
out there. Yeah, you put the ball out there.
3rd down and 3. And here is Cherry again. This time on his feet still. Gets down near the 30-yard line. They'll mark him short by a yard. 4th down.
4th and 1.
And Edmonds Woodway just content to grind it out.
I think you're going to see Cherry again.
4th down and 2, says the scoreboard. And now we've got a timeout as head coach John Gradwall will burn one of his remaining 3. 7:43 to go in the fourth quarter. We've got ourselves a ball game. 3A playoff football. 14-14 your score.
We are proud to have as our pregame sponsor Edmonds Community College, where students and community are at the heart of all they do. Edmonds Community College is committed to helping our diverse body of students access educational and career opportunities in a supportive environment that encourages success, innovation, service, and lifelong learning. To learn more, visit us at edcc.edu/programs.
Back at you here on the Sound Live Sports Network. Keith Neely and Scott Brudevold topside. And what's turned out to be a great high school football game. A lot of defense. And it may come down to a Lakes defensive stand on 4th and 1. 7:43 to go here in the contest. Hard count initiated. Cherry with the quick pitch gets into the pile. Did he get it? No.
No. You know, Lakes had 8 guys at the line of scrimmage, Keith. And they came through and got him in the backfield.
And they say it is a turnover on downs, and the Lakes faithful off to our left erupts after the call. And this is a huge, huge possession for Lakes. They'll get the ball on the 31-yard line. So only 69 yards between them and what would be likely a move in the playoffs for the Tacoma Dome. We'll see if Edmonds Woodway's defense without Ali Gay can get something done. And he's in the ball game. Gay has come back onto the field to take that defensive end spot. There's the bootleg. And under heavy pressure will roll out. Looks the long way. Coming back to the ball. And caught! Noah Becker on the pick. The third interception for quarterback Cody Rowe.
That was an ill-advised throw. They were trying to set up a screen out here to the left side of the field, and it wasn't there. The Warriors had their defensive lineman out there, and then he tried to go deep, and Becker made a nice interception.
About as good as a punt, because it's about as bad a field position as Edmonds Woodway's had all night.
It's true.
Starting things on their own 31.
But the thing is, you're putting the Lakes defense back out on the field, and they've been on the field a lot more than the Warriors defense. And a lot of these Lakes players are playing both ways.
Once again, Lakes showing blitz. They'll come right up the middle, rolling out.
Yep.
And Krall has nowhere to go. The first man to get into the backfield was Xavier Banner.
Yeah, they're blitzing every time now.
And then it was Lindsay and company that came in to finish the deal.
That's the only way they can get to the Warriors. Krall, Cherry, Tillman, that's the only way they can get there. So they're sending pressure.
Well, and you'd imagine that flat is wide open if you can find a way to get it in there.
If you can get a screen pass or a bubble screen, anything like that out, yeah, there'd be a lot of room.
2nd and 17. Huge loss on the play. Now back to pass. Pump fake. Krall going the long way. He's got a man open. Richardson can't catch up to it. And 3 defensive backs for Lakes on the coverage.
You know, a lot of the reason I think that Lakes can blitz their guys is because their DBs are so comfortable playing man-to-man. And they're back there, you know, and they're saying, okay, I'll take this guy. And by doing that, they don't have to double team, and they can blitz on a safety or an extra linebacker like they've been doing. Because that time they played a 3 deep. They just had 3 guys back.
3rd and 17. The Lakes defense pinning their ears back and coming right at Cameron Krall. We'll see what they do here. 4-3 defense. 3 wide receivers as Krall goes back to pass. The interior play goes to Roos, the tight end. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, but you'll probably see the punt team come on.
You got to punt. You got to punt in a game like this. It's 4th and 9. That's just too much. It would give Lakes just too good a field position if you didn't get it.
And now this turn of events should give Lake some really good field position as Rogers is back to accept the punt. Richardson gives it a nice high punt. Fair catch is called, almost slid out from Rogers. But they'll get the ball back at the 42. Holy smokes. Here we go.
And you know, that was the right play by the Lakes player to call a fair catch too, because there's no way he was going to get any yardage. He took the fair catch. They get first down on their own 41-yard line. You can't beat that.
This thing has gone all over the place, and it's come right back to whose defense is better than whose. Right now, Lakes is playing very solid. You're right, they've been on the field a long time, but they are strong. There is the handoff. Now the keeper, as Rowe decides to go the opposite way on the counter, will pick up 2. Second down and 8 coming up. Time on the clock, always going to be important on a tie ball game. 5:38 and counting, the clock moving. And anybody that's able to put together a decent drive will probably win this.
Yeah, right now it looks like the next score is going to win.
Rowe asking for the football. Pump fakes. Now I'll go the short way. Picks up the first down and out of bounds. Stops the clock. Caught by Milligan.
That little quick pass to the receiver has worked for Lakes all night. You know, the 5-7 yard route, and he's just over there, and it hits him real quick. It's worked real well for him.
First down and 10. $5:18 now. That's Coach Dave Miller. He's been here a time or two. He's seen a lot of playoff football. There's the counter. Rowe will keep it himself. He's going. He's got to pick up one block. He's got a lot of running room down to the 10, into the end zone. Touchdown, Lakes.
Boy, was that a nice play.
Cody Rowe goes 46 yards for the score. Wow.
Yeah.
There's a big play.
That was a real big play. You know, they just ran that counter, and he kept it, and they got like 4 or 5 yards, and so they ran it again. And usually he handed off the second time. He kept it again. He got up into the secondary, and then he just outran everybody to the end zone.
Picked up a receiver in front of him to put up a block or two, and now you're in the driver's seat awaiting the PAT. Blado will put it through. 21-14. Lakes, 14 unanswered points, and take the lead. We'll be back.
High school football on the Sound Live Sports Network is presented by My Neighborhood News, Snohomish County's online gathering place. Visit My Edmonds News, MLT News, and LinwoodToday.com for news, sports, and events about your community, and see what your neighbors are talking about.
Lakes Lancers with the lead, 21-14. Edmonds will have to answer in 5 minutes and 8 seconds is all they've got to get it done. Here's Becker on the carry, gets into about the 30-yard lines, lost the football, and that may be your football game.
I think the Lancers got the ball.
Just got the laces
Oh, he got
on
it
a
back.
fingertip.
Good.
It looked like it came loose, and there were 4-1 Lancers bodies around that football. And E-Dub dodges a giant bullet there.
Yeah, you heard the whole stadium, the air just kind of, yeah, so.
It'll take 65 yards to tie this up. 21-14 Lakes, the ball on the 35-yard line. Crawl has to have an answer for the blitz. We'll see what the coaching staff for Edmonds Woodway can draw up here. They'll likely bring extra bodies every chance they can. And Crawl goes down. Beautiful sack coming off the linebacker slot. Agor with the tackle, the sack, the defensive back kind of playing that linebacker on the outside. The junior, 5'9", 170 pounds, picks up a huge play, a loss of 6.
Well, on that play, Keith, they got they got 8 guys on the line of scrimmage, so you know they're burning the house. You got to get something over the middle, something short, something outside, and they're going to keep doing it
Why not?
Till the Warriors figure out how to stop it.
They'll go to a familiar formation, 3 wide receivers back to pass. Now there comes that short pass to Nash. He'll pick up the first down. No, he won't. That'll be into the original line, past the original line of scrimmage plus 5. So 5 yards to go on 3rd down now after a 10-yard pickup.
But that's going to keep the Lancers honest. They're not going to be able to, if they can get stuff like that off, they're not going to be able to rush everybody and blitz Crawl.
3rd down and 7 after the mark. Crawl once again pass. Nash again caught the football. They say incomplete pass. Incomplete pass is the ruling.
Wow.
I thought he lost the football, but I thought it hit his knees. Could have been wrong.
Yep.
Likely am wrong.
Well, I noticed the referee on that side, we had our back, or his back was to us. The referee on that side's the one that made the call, so it must have hit the ground.
4th down and 7. 3:42 to go, and you're looking at the end of your season if you're the Warriors and can't get this done. You still have 2 timeouts. You can stop the clock, but you're giving the Lakes the ball back.
And you just burned one timeout.
Used one of them. So here we go. 3:42 to go. Lakes on top by a score, 21-14. We'll take a small break on the Sound Live Sports Network.
Clogged drain or other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Unclogging most internal drains for just $99 plus tax. 425-877-5601 or visit actionjackson.com.
Welcome back on the Sound Live Sports Network. 4th and 7. Edmonds Woodway playing for their season right now on this play. And here come the Lakes. They got a man open into the backfield. Crawl tucks it underneath. Caught. No, and dropped by Rouse.
No, it hit the ground. And Crawl got hit too. He's still down.
Crawl got punished after he threw the football.
He got drilled.
Lindsay on the pop. That's 6'2", 235 coming at you. And that will go back to Lakes the ball with 3:35 to go. And the offense once again for Edmonds Woodway sputtering to stay alive.
They're having real trouble with that pressure. I mean, we've been saying it all game, but it's really evident that they are having a lot of trouble with the pressure of the Lakes defense.
The Lakes will get it back on the 39-yard line. And they'll hand the ball off, and now stringing things out a bit. Edmonds Woodway having trouble tackling Miller. But all you got to do if you're Lakes now is get a first down, extend the downs, keep that clock marching towards 0. Pick up a 3.
And if you're the Warriors, when you get to the point where you got to use that last time out, I mean, it's a little early yet, but you're going to have to eventually, you want to stop this clock.
Play clock is down to 5. Can they get it off in time? 4, 3, 2. Yes, they do. And it's a keeper. Rowe will get hit by the defensive back. A pickup of 1. Lawrence on the stop for the Warriors. And the clock now at 2:38. And there was your whistle. Did somebody call timeout? No.
No, I heard the whistle too. That's 3rd and 6.
Third down and 6. You probably in 4 down territory. Well, maybe not. We'll see. If your Lakes, you keep pushing it in, try to get it any distance between you and your own end line. The clock at 2:13. There's the carry by Rowe, nothing doing. And now you'll probably call timeout if you're Edmonds Woodway.
Yep.
And that's exactly what they'll do with 2:07 to go. Well, you hope your 2-minute offense is better than your day-long offense.
Yeah.
If you're the Warriors.
I'd be interested to see what Lakes does. Do they punt because they really haven't proven that their punting game has been that adequate? Or do they go for it and see what happens? Because the ball's on the 35 of the Warriors right now. So, I mean, see what their coach has up his sleeve on. You know, they might do the old quarterback quick kick, too. Because if you get the Warriors down inside the 20, that's a long haul.
2:07 remain. Edmonds Woodway trailing by a score, desperate to get the ball back, and will likely get it back if Lakes were to falter here under 2 minutes, and you're going to have to go a long distance to do it.
And the other thing that you got to think about the Warriors, they're out of timeouts. Now they have no timeouts left, and the clock doesn't stop.
4th down and 6. Lakes trying to steal one from Edmonds Woodway, and they're home here at Edmonds District Stadium. Rowe goes under center, tries to get the jump on the hard count. Won't happen. And there's the long pitch. They'll give it out to Miller. Can he get around the end? He does. 1st down and stays in bounds.
Wow.
Huge, huge Lancers play. 8-yard pickup for Miller, one of his better runs tonight, and it couldn't have come at a better time.
That was a money run right there.
The clock at 1:50, and you were likely going to watch this one run all the way out. The play clock not running. So there's no rush. Lancers can take all the time they want. And now we've got a timeout.
Yeah, the play clock's got to run.
And we'll find out if they actually award. No, they say a timeout.
Lancers called timeout. Oh, maybe that's what they did, run it down. Now they'll get a new 25-second clock.
1:29 to go, and Edmonds Woodway can do nothing but watch.
Yeah, and the clock's not going to start. I mean, it's dead ball now, so they're going to now. But 1:29. They got to go for a fumble. They got to go for an interception. They got to have some kind of turnover.
Their Lakes, you're running the ball, though, aren't you? You're not going to even offer that up. You're going to have to go for the strip and hope you get it back.
If it's not the quarterback, it's Miller, one of the two, and that's all they're going to give the ball to.
Rowe, 46 yards and a touchdown score. 5-minute mark. And that is really the difference in the ball game. You can talk all you want about the controversial call right before the half that allowed Lakes to score. You can talk about the big plays, the busted runs, the busted coverage. But both teams have had adequate time and adequate opportunities to make a statement on this ball game. And right now, Lakes has done the better of the two.
Oh, by far. In the second half, Lakes made the one big play. Right now, it's the difference in the ball game.
1:29 to go, almost victory formation. They'll stack the backfield and hand the ball up straight in the middle. Hudson with it. And the clock at 1:20. And counting. And they are not running the play clock for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe they don't want to have that pressure on them up here in the official scorers booth.
There it goes.
And now they'll finally start it again, but that's tough on the Warriors. because you just lost an extra probably 20 seconds. And now they'll throw the flag early. And that's a little misrepresented if you're late, because you're watching that clock assuming that that is going to be the determinant. And it's not. They'll throw the flag and whistle them for a delay of game penalty. Unfortunate.
On the defense.
No, they called
5-yard penalty.
They called it on the
remains second
Warriors.
down.
Yeah, it was.
Grossman.
At this point in time, just doing anything you can to stop the clock. 48 seconds to go. It's still second down, so 25 seconds to go. You can do nothing but just watch the damage as it plays out in front of you. And now they'll start the play clock and the game clock. A lot of Edmonds Woodway fans not happy with how this has gone. Lakes, on the other hand, they'll be happy to move on next week to continue to play football.
Yeah, and that looks like that's your ball game. They took a knee, and the Warriors can't stop the clock.
So the final here at Edmonds District Stadium, 21-14. Edmonds Woodway will finish their season. The Lakes moves on to the playoffs. 3A playoff football on the Sound Live Sports Network. Appreciate my broadcast partner. And Scott Brudevold. I'm Keith Neely for Angelo Camo, Teresa Whipple, and all of our Hawkeye staff. Appreciate you being part of our evening here on the Sound Live Sports Network. Be safe. Be back tomorrow. It is Meadowdale and Lakeside, 7 p.m. Sound Live Sports Network will have the call with Steve Willits. We hope you'll join us then. For now, again, the final, 21-14, Lakes over Edmonds Woodway. Good night.
High school football on the Sound Live Sports Network is presented by My Neighborhood News Network, South Snohomish County's online gathering place. Visit My Edmonds News, MLT News, and LinwoodToday.com for news, sports, and events about your community, and see what your neighbors are talking about.